I'm Abby. I'm TopKnot Stitcher. This is my sister Vanessa, and this is our kitten for a few weeks. Well, for a few weeks for her. If you don't know, my sister is amazing in many ways.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And one of them is that she fosters cats, and she usually fosters adult cats because she's really good at that. And giving them just a nice place to chill out for a few weeks or a week or however long from the shelter or whatnot. I don't know how it works. But sometimes she gets kittens, but they're a lot of work. But she got a kitten while I was here for my visit because she loves me. Isn't that nice of her?
I figured if I was already distracted with you, I might as well be distracted
with a tiny, adorable kitten. I haven't been around a kitten since Jam was tiny, and he was only tiny for like 5 minutes, and that was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
She's so cute. She's just almost 5 weeks old.
Yeah. She
weighs 1.38 pounds.
1 pound, 3.8 ounces.
1 pound, 3.8 ounces. Okay. She's almost up to, so not quite 1.38 pounds, but she'll get there.
She will.
Anyway, this is my sister Vanessa, and this is our first ever Flosstube together, and maybe you won't see us again together until like market, but sometimes we talk about making a video together at market and we don't because it's busy.
It's never gonna happen.
Well, not with that attitude. But this year I brought her to StitchCon, and so I thought it was only fair to let her tell you all about StitchCon with me. So welcome to my Flosstube channel, where every 6 months or so I make a Flosstube video where we actually talk about like cross stitch, and in between sometimes I just give you random little shop updates. I have an online cross stitch shop, TopKnotStitcher.com, TopKnot Stitcher shop. It's a mouthful, but it is a shop full of beautiful things just for you. And Vanessa is my #1 employee. I hire her around market season. I take over her house, this very house you see us sitting in right this minute, in Louisville, Kentucky, where I do order fulfillment. And she helps me pack up all of your orders and get them shipped out super quickly. And I could not do it without her. And she's the best. And today, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about StitchCon. Yeah. So this was Vanessa's first ever cross stitch retreat. How was it?
It was great. It was so much fun. I'm mad that you waited until this year to finally take me.
You know what? You could have invited yourself a lot sooner.
Yeah, but now that I know what I was missing out on, I'm mad at you.
Okay, that's fair. Vanessa and I both learned to cross stitch as kids, and then I got back into it a while ago. What was 10 years ago now?
10 years ago?
Basically. I mean, I've been doing Flosstube since 2017, and I stitched a little bit before that. Maybe really, I got back into it just before that.
That's almost 10 years.
It's almost 10 years. And Vanessa has been dragged along my whole cross-stitch journey from the beginning. Well, not quite from the beginning, because I didn't...
No, you kept it a secret for a while.
I didn't tell you I made Flosstube for a while, because I was afraid it was weird.
It's not weird.
It's not weird. But then she came to help me when I went to market for the first time in 2020. And our goal during that trip was to find her return to cross-stitch piece. Yeah. And well, I'll let you talk for yourself. Apparently I talked for her a lot during market weekend. I would interrupt you and
you did?
You didn't notice?
Oh, maybe she did. I was
told that I did.
I picked out the San Francisco city skyline by Tiny Modernist.
Not the one you're thinking of, not a big Satsuma intricate thing, but the little tiny 4 or 5 colors, Tiny Modernist, super cute.
Talk about talking over me.
See, that's exactly what I did.
Okay, well, that was what I picked out at market.
She's falling asleep sitting up.
The kitten is adorable.
She's so cute.
And I didn't start it right away, and I didn't start it for a long time, but I did start a little sample one that Mom put in our stocking that year.
Just like a little doodad.
Summer of 2020, when a lot of people discovered and rediscovered cross stitch.
That's why I have a business.
Yes, and so that was my first real cross stitch finish, and
then she proceeded to stitch a whole lot more than me because I was busy with the shop and she had a new craft.
Yeah.
A new hobby.
Yeah.
And every year most years she will pick me up from StitchCon, which if you're not familiar is a retreat in Cincinnati, and she will take me home to Louisville, Kentucky, and then I'll be able to visit family. And then last year my friends were like, Vanessa, why aren't you coming to StitchCon?
Yeah.
And now she's here. Okay, so how was it, your first retreat?
It was really fun. It was very busy. I did not sleep because of you.
That's rude.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. I got lots of stitching done, not as much as I thought I would, but...
She was talking so confidently in the months leading up to StitchCon, and I was like, what are you going to work on? And she was listing off like so many different things, and I said, that's great. And she said, I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to finish this, and I said, huh? And she had a really cute idea about how much stitching she was going to get done during the weekend.
I still did a lot.
You did a lot. It's
I
great.
did way more than you.
I did way less stitching this retreat than I have in a long time. Because like that, which is not uncommon, but I feel like last StitchCon, I both talked to a million people and stitched a lot. Yeah. And this time I really did not. There were big stretches where I was not sitting at the table. And if I wasn't sitting at the table, I definitely wasn't stitching. And even when I was sitting at the table, I was not always stitching.
Right.
So why don't we talk about what we stitched on?
Okay.
Do you want to show your finish?
Sure.
We each had a StitchCon finish.
We did. Mine was a little stressful, down to the very last minute.
It's true.
Last couple minutes. This is Festive Fruit Bat by Blue Flower, the Blue Flower.
Yeah. This was her Christmas freebie last year, right?
I don't know. It was a freebie on her website, and I had it saved, and I had all the colors. I did substitute the brown, the darker brown. That's Weeks Havana, which I had bought for another project, but it didn't work out, so I used it on this one. I think it was a really good choice.
You have a shoulder kitten.
I finished this on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
like
Sunday afternoon at like
2:40. Oh, it was like down to the wire. Yeah.
Oh.
We came back from lunch.
You had to chase down Stephanie for the bell?
I chased her down earlier for the bell.
Oh, but you weren't ready to ring it.
No, someone else needed it.
Someone else needed it.
Yeah. Arlene
needed it. So Stephanie, busy bee that she is, was like starting to get things packed up on Sunday afternoon. And one of the things she packed up was the bell that you ring when you finishes. And it's like, there are still a couple hours to go. People have finishes still to finish. There are still people here. Because we always shut the place down. So we don't walk out of that room until doors are closing behind us. Mm-hmm. And so luckily the bell was recovered. Finishes were finished.
And I returned the bell.
Oh, good for you. And you got to finish it. And what is that stitched on?
I don't know. I got it from you.
I know, but we remembered it the second time that you were asked and not the third time. It's 16 count slate Ada by Fabrics by Stephanie.
Oh, Fabrics by Stephanie.
That is the third time you've had that reaction. Okay, my StitchCon finish is not in this bag. At StitchCon 2019, my friend Jen, Delicious Threads, and I both started the Monster Whale from Owl Forest Embroidery.
Is that really what it's called?
It's called like Monster Wonder Whale.
Oh.
Something like that.
I thought that was just a name you gave it.
No, that's like the translation of the...
Okay, well, show it to us.
So demanding. So we started this 2019, and I mostly worked on it. I just want a little context, okay? Mostly I've worked on it only at retreats, and then maybe when I get home from a retreat and I'm really excited about it, I stitch on a little bit. So it's taken a while, but it paid off. Look at this. This is beautiful. I love it so much. I don't think the fabric is showing up very well. It always comes off kind of brown, but it's a really nice light pink.
What fabric is it?
This is, yes, wait, is it truffle? Yes, this is truffle.
See, it's hard when someone's asking you something you haven't thought about.
It is hard. This is truffle from Picture This Plus. I stitched it on 40 count with one strand. It was very fun to be working on it side by side with Jen because she was stitching hers on a 32 count light blue with these are the colors from Owl Forest. They're very different. I also, the color of the whale is supposed to be this like dark gray black variegated thread, and I substituted mine for more of a navy because I did not like how just kind of...
You did a great job.
I just didn't like it. I did a great job. I'm really, really, really happy with it. I love it a lot. I'm really happy that it's done. I feel like I've worked on it for an eternity. It's only been 6 years.
That's an eternity.
Definitely.
If you're not even 10-year cross stitch.
I mean, I think this is officially like the longest a large project has taken me that I've finished. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting. It's like my oldest active whip. I've got plenty of older or similarly old ones that I just don't touch. But I'm really excited to get it. I need to find a frame or something for it and actually like hang it up in my house now that I have walls to fill. Crazy. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I bought at the same time or shortly after I bought the cat one. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to stitch it because it's very similar colors and I'm kind of over the colors. They're really pretty. The Owl Forest threads are gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it's a really similar style and I think I'm good to go. So I'm just gonna do this one. Yeah, I'm good. So that was my finish and it was very exciting. And then we both had new starts.
Oh yeah.
So what was did you just have one new start? What'd you start? What'd you work on?
I started.
There's a kitten next to me.
This is Mouse's Laundry Day by also Tiny Modernist. And I've just loved this pattern for a really long time. I love that she loves doing laundry so much.
I don't understand that. It's a really cute pattern, but I hate laundry.
I know, I do too. But I just love how much she loves it.
Gotcha.
So I started this and I made all of this progress most of the day on Friday. And then I switched to the bat.
What are you stitching that one on?
Oh, this is stitched on Brick by Fiber on a Whim.
We sat with her.
Yeah, we did.
She's our friend.
She very kindly gifted this to me, and obviously I needed to use it. And this is my favorite white. It's not DMC Blanc. It's
no one's favorite white is DMC Blanc.
No, but that's what it was called for. And I traded it out for Grits by Weeks because that's my favorite white. And I like it because it's like a little dirty, you know?
Sure.
How your whites are never...
I mean, I do know. My whites are not white.
My whites are not white, and neither are
That's
hers.
why I just wear black.
So, I don't know when I'll ever finish this, but probably next StitchCon.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah, she's so cute.
We never told you that she has a name.
Oh yeah, her name is Sarah.
We haven't been using her name. We've just been calling her the baby and the kitten and the teeny tiny kitten. Oh, she's on a mission, but her name is Sarah. Yeah. I just realized someone's going to ask and be sad that we didn't tell them. It looks so beautiful. Are you going to stitch any of the other Mouse's days?
Nope. I only like
Even
to
Mouse's Snow Day.
The Mouse's Snow Day is really cute.
I think that one is my favorite one.
But I don't like to do more than one in a series.
Okay.
I don't think I ever have.
Okay. Well, my new start, Jen and I obviously needed to start something new together, and we talked our friend Kristen into starting it as well. Oh, I should have grabbed my iPad, but you know what this looks like. This is Autumn Cloche from Liz Matthews. And it's going to be a beautiful little cloche of flowers and pumpkins and a couple little spooky spiders. Mm-hmm. I love it so much. We decided, Jen had bought the pattern, I think at StitchCon ages ago. She's eating, good job. Had bought the pattern at StitchCon a long time ago, but hadn't started it. And I said, oh, that could be our next retreat start. And that was a big motivation for us to finish our whales this time so that we could start it. And then we convinced Kristen to start it. And it is called for, the model is stitched in NPIs, which I've used a tiny bit, but I've never done a whole big project in NPIs. And let me tell you, they are completely soft and beautiful. Look how autumnal. That's not all the colors because the rest of them are on my thread keep. We'll show you this more in a second. And so I messaged Olivia B. You know her, you love her, and she has the most fabulous little shop, Hillside Rookery, where she puts together NPI floss packs. And I said, hey, could you make up a few autumn cloches? And she said, sure thing. And she did. And now we got to stitch it. And so
you made more progress than I thought you did.
Thank you. I did a lot of great work. Thank you so much. This is stitched on like a misdyed fabric from Fiber on a Whim, so it's just a color happens. But it's actually kind of a similar color to my whale.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But the rest of the threads are different.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I like this color. A little bit of a peachy pink situation. Yeah. So that was the main thing that I was working on, but I did put in just a few stitches on one other project, which is of course 324, which I had really lofty goals of stitching and finishing by doing 1 square a day, 1 motif a day, and then that I pivoted, as we do, and that's fine. And I'll get back to it because I love it. But I couldn't not bring it, especially because I was sitting with the only Works by ABC, Arlene Cohen herself. And I don't think I've actually gotten to show you this yet because I haven't made a proper Flosstube update. I don't think. I bought this at Stitch West in Salt Lake City in the fall. I forget the wonderful woman's name, and I don't think there's a tag in here. But it's the most incredible project folio with this Tula Pink dinosaurs, which I'm obsessed with, and I'm obsessed with how carefully she did the finishing so that his little face. Incredible. I love it. And it's got 2 big pockets. Currently it's just holding 324 because there's like a lot of pieces involved in this project. And I'm on the second to last row, except at some point in row 15 or so, I started doing just the motifs so that I could go in and just be doing squares and make it a really good, well, there's a couple colors I still needed to track down. Okay. But I was starting to do just that so that when traveling, I could just grab it and, you know, the one floss card for that row and just do squares and not even have to look at the pattern. But it needs a little attention. So I started to put in a 5x5 square, and then I had miscounted something. So the little bit of stitching that I did on this during StitchCon mostly was taken out. But I worked on it, and that's great. And then, did you stitch on anything else?
I did.
Okay, you go.
I picked out Hedgehog and Hyacinth, is that what it's called? Yeah. From also the Blue Flower last year at Market, because I wanted to try stitching with Cottage Garden threads, and this beautiful brown, purple, and green are from Cottage Garden threads.
Echo, Conservatory, and Phrase.
Thank you.
Or however you say it. Freeze?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not French.
Me either.
And he's so cute. And I had previously started him. I had like maybe 20 stitches of the top of his head. So I made really good progress. And I really love this variegated thread and how it's turning out. Did I do a good job?
You did a great job. I was admiring him from across the room, and I was like, whoa. Like, Janine does a really good job of how she chooses her Cottage Garden threads, because they have some colors with like that brown, quite a lot more variegation.
It's pretty crazy.
And it just works so well.
Yeah, so I made good progress on that. And obviously lots more to go. This is 28 count linen lagoon fiber on a loom.
She must be a really good fabric dyer.
She must be.
I did bring one other project to start, which I did not start, which was a night garden piece. But I knew that I was unlikely to start it because I'm stitching it on 25 count black. But I just thought like maybe, because it's so nice and portable, because it's just that small piece of fabric, and then my night garden threads. And I'm going to stitch Night Owl on this, and I'm going to stitch it teeny tiny, and I have a teeny tiny little frame for it, and I'm really excited about it, but I need to actually stitch it.
Okay,
I think it'll be a better project for home. Yeah. I just liked how portable in theory it is. And then I also had a Mill Hill kit with me that I did not work on that I was going to start. But I did spend a fair amount of time stitching on my Tamari project. I have not gotten to tell you all about Tamari yet either, but it is this Japanese thread art. I took a class at a retreat in Sacramento. Thank you, Nora. You are the best teacher in the entire world. I'm gonna show you first. I brought this so that I could like get other people really excited about Tamari, and people were like, that's really cool. But no one had the proper level of appreciation that Jen and I shared when we took our class first off. Look at this. Like, are you kidding? This is just made with thread wrapped around a ball. And if you're curious, inside is a styrofoam ball wrapped in like yarn and then wrapped in sewing thread. I have not prepped the ball part myself yet, but I do plan to learn. And it's gonna be great. Nora's gonna teach me. Isn't that amazing?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. So I brought this one just for show and tell purposes and to brag about Nora. And then I started a new project, and I have one more layer of this black to go, but I'm making this. Can you believe it? I've only done one side. It's incredible. It's so much fun. There are other designs and patterns and things that you can make, and I have a book so that I can learn and Nora can teach me, and it's so satisfying. It was really fun to do because it's a lot easier to talk to people while you're doing it, because you're just doing the same stitch over and over again.
I think you need three lines of black.
Really?
Yeah. It's gonna bother me that it's not the same.
Well, it's not gonna live in your house. I don't know, I feel like it might be a little overwhelming.
Can you swap it out for like gray?
No, I don't want gray. Because then it's not going to go lightest to darkest. Well, I guess that doesn't
really
either.
Dark gray.
I don't. No.
Instead of black.
No. I love it so much.
Okay.
Jen and I were excited / obnoxious at our retreat in Sacramento, and we were excited / obnoxious at our retreat here. But it was really fun because Jen worked on hers, and Arlene had a Tamari project as well, so she brought it. So we had a little Tamari table time, and it was really fun to get to show people. And also, I have these cute little project pouches. They're just little mini bags, and they're really good for Tamari because they've got this nice big gusset, so they're fun to stuff things with, including Tamari. So those are available in my shop. They are available in several different patterns, but I'm partial to this one because it's inspired by Taylor Swift's Grammy dress.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a 2003 Grammys, I believe. So
2003 or 23?
Thank you, 23. So that was an exciting part of my StitchCon adventure. What'd you get at StitchCon? What did you buy? What did you get for free? What did you get gifted? Tell me everything.
Well, we went to Keepsakes on
Friday morning.
Friday morning.
Yeah.
And the most expensive thing.
Which you had never been to that kind of cross-stitch shop before.
True.
Really not any kind of cross-stitch shop, but you had only ever been to the Finishing Touch.
There's the local one here that closed many years ago.
But before it closed, it was like one small room of cross-stitch. And beautiful, but a little different than a whole house.
I never shopped there as a cross-stitcher.
No.
So I got 2 skeins of DMC to finish my mouse, to work on my mouse, and I also got 2 skeins of weeks to work on my mouse, and then I didn't like the Havana on the fabric that I chose, so we're swapping it out for DMC, but I did use it on the fruit bat, and this is Grasshopper. It's beautiful. So that's all I got. Oh, and a tiny little pair of scissors.
Oh, yeah.
These are my favorite little scissors. What are they called?
Super Snips.
Super Snips.
Apparently maybe Super Snips Mini? I don't know.
I threw the
Super
tag
Snips.
away.
They're great.
But I have 1 pair, and now I have 2 pairs.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And when I was at Keepsakes, I picked out some pearl cotton because Tamari, my teacher told me to stick with pearl 5 for now, and I said, okay. So I picked out these 3 colors to do something with, and then you know me in oranges, so I also picked out these 3 colors.
Ooh, I didn't see those.
Oh, yeah. Like the sunset. Yeah. Because I have a few more of the cores already ready to go at home, and it's time for me to start learning how to do a pattern. And then we were just hanging out in the thread room. I think most of us needed thread in some fashion, so we spent most of our time up there. Yeah, you can never have enough. And of course, you're always, missing one color or something. But then I was standing there, and I just looked over at the wall of Gloriana. And nope, this is not Gloriana, this is Silken Colors. I already forgot. That's why when I picked up that one and said, was this what I bought the other day? No, because it was a Gloriana. This is Silken Colors Spotted Cobra. And it's just like a fun peacock vibe. And I said that could be really delightful to stitch something cool and monochromatic in. I don't know what, but I needed it, so I bought it. And then at the Annex, I bought a Bent Creek chart, but I don't know where it is. But it's somewhere tucked into a project, I'm sure. It's a little, quarter page
The
size.
snowman one?
No.
Oh, what was it?
It's a little turtle, and he's holding a daisy.
Yeah,
and it's
cute.
really cute. So I said, I need that. So that was the extent of my shopping, which is pretty good.
Yeah. Kristen also gave me some cocoa and cream and sugar.
What a great table mate we had.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on these. Probably more Blue Flower and Tiny Modernist because they're definitely some of my favorites. But I'm very excited for those.
Vanessa, what did you give out as table gifts?
Oh, I found on Instagram this girl making these beaded flowers, and I said I can do that, and so I had to go to the craft store right away and spent like 4 days just making beaded flowers. And then I was like, what am I going to do with all these beaded flowers? And I thought, perfect, I'll bring them to StitchCon and give them to my friends. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
But I also had to find little glass bud vases to put them in, which I finally found at Goodwill. 12 of them for $1. I'm very proud of that. I know.
I forgot that part.
I brought a selection of flowers and a selection of empty jars, and everyone got to build their own little bouquet of flowers.
Look how cute this is.
It has nothing to do with stitching, but that's okay. It
doesn't matter. It's so pretty and so cool. So I got to pick out my own little bouquet. I really like this orange mushroom. I really like this. I like to think that this is the sun and the moon. Yeah. I picked out, as you can tell, I have kind of a favorite color scheme. I got a lot of orange going on, but I did pick out one purple flower for Vanessa.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And so a lot of people who came by the table, because if you've been to a stitching retreat, I imagine most of them are similar, but if not, at least the stitching retreat, people will often make cute little things to hand out, or they'll have their little floss drop or something to pass out. And so anytime someone came by and gave us something, Vanessa would offer them a flower. Yeah. And it was really cute. But then if you were really special, you got to build your own. Including Barbara got to build her own, and she was very excited about it. It was very sweet.
Yeah, it was very sweet.
Because we all have stitching stuff, but I have never seen anyone with this at StitchCon.
Nope.
One of a kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. My table gift to my table mates was just a little drink sleeve. Yeah. Because we drink a lot of iced coffee at retreats, so we needed something to keep the condensation controlled. But then I did have, as my little pass around gift, I combined it with my make and take project. I just had my little business card with some twill tape, measuring tape, which I do sell in the shop. I forget if I have any left or not, but I found an extra roll and I said that looks like a perfect fun thing to use as my trick or treat, because that's what I call these little things, is trick or treats. And I have a whole little bag of them. I'm not going to go through all of them because that's going to take forever. And it's,
You have a lot more than I have. People love you.
No, I don't think that's true.
That people love you?
Oh, they do love me.
I didn't bring it all over here.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby.
I did want to show one thing I got off the freebie table, though.
Oh, I got something.
Was this little Margaret Sherry kit from the World of Cross Stitching. A little card of this cute little orange cat with his little cocktail.
That's pretty cute.
It's so cute. He needs to be a little bit more orange.
Oh, it's a whole kit in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I think it's so efficient.
Card.
I know. So I've picked up a few of these over the years, and I tend to pick them up and then I put them back on a freebie table the next year. But it's never been an orange cat before, so that bodes a little bit better for actually doing it.
I picked up a little Mill Hill kit.
Oh, does it have the beads?
Ceramic treat. Nope, there's nothing inside.
Okay.
Just the pattern, obviously. Just
yeah.
But none of the other included items.
But you could figure that out. You got tons of beads.
Oh yeah. So I'm excited for that. I like stitching really tiny little things, so this was perfect.
Yeah, Vanessa only stitches things that are, what's your max size?
I don't have a specific number. It just has to be small.
Just small.
Like this big.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
I also got, my other freebie table find. Oh, maybe I didn't put it in here. Just kidding. I can't show you. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's in here. It was this little Christmas bird from Heart in the Hand, who is the new official designer of StitchCon. So she had created a really beautiful StitchCon retreat themed piece. I'm trying to remember I think it's called Kindred Friends. Yeah, it was really, really sweet. And Cecilia was there, so we got to see her, and I always feel so special when she like remembers me and remembers Vanessa. And yeah, it was really great.
Yeah.
What else did you enjoy about StitchCon?
I enjoyed cross-stitching, sitting with you. Well, I didn't really get to sit with you, but the little bit that I got to sit with you.
Because I was not at the table?
You were hardly at the table.
I was busy talking to people, okay?
You were. That was fun to see. I mean, I see that at market too. You're just running around talking to people the whole time. So I didn't really expect any different at StitchCon. And it was really fun to see lots of people cross-stitching and all of their projects and little setups at the table. We gotta improve our setup at the table.
Yeah, we
were just kind of chaos everywhere. I feel like so we have all like little stations, little folders where they put all their stuff, and we just threw it all on the table. Yeah,
we're pretty low key.
Yeah,
just throw it all on the table.
It was a really beautiful event, very well thought out, and
they do a great job.
They really know what they're doing.
You have to. Oh wait, you're on my phone.
And
Tyler needs me. He needs to know where the air mattress is.
Oh.
Okay, let's wrap things up real fast. Just kidding. We'll be right back. Hold on. We're back. What were we talking about? StitchCon. What was your very favorite part?
My very favorite part was cross-stitching, which I haven't done in like a whole year.
Yeah. Not hanging out with me.
And hanging out with you and your friends.
They're pretty cool.
Yes.
And this kitten.
Just having a nice couple days away from the world.
Yeah.
And cross-stitching.
Yeah. You asked me about my favorite part?
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part. I mean, it's hard to say. There's a lot of favorite parts. Like, it's so wonderful to see all the people. I am not going to try to name people because I'm going to forget people, but like, it's a delight, truly. But here was the most delightful part. Recently, I've become a very big fan of Survivor. I've never watched it before last fall. And now I'm like a mega fan and I don't shut up about it. I also have discovered that my dearest stitching friend, Stephanie, of Just Keep Stitching, also loves Survivor. And guess what recently came out was a Survivor card game. So you can play Survivor at home and it's amazing. And so we played it in the late night room with Neil and Alex, and they also love Survivor, and it was so much fun. I have never had more fun in my entire life. Mm-hmm. It was thrilling. Like, the design of the card game is beautiful. If you're a fan of Survivor, you need to buy it and get some friends and play. If you're not a fan of Survivor, I think you could still enjoy playing it. It's just not gonna be quite as special. It was really special that we were all like such big fans, and like you get to like really like lean into it, right? So part of the game you have to like do tribal council, and so one of your actions is sometimes you're the tribal council leader, and you get to like pretend to be Jeff, sort of. And it's so fun. You get to vote, and you vote people out, and then at the end you have final tribal, and guess what? I won.
It was actually very exciting.
It really was.
The whole room was invested by the end of it.
Yes. So we ended up with like a tie vote at the end, because a flaw of the game to me is that the way that the game breaks ties is that whoever is the tribal council leader gets to decide. And in this case, there were only 2 votes being cast between, like the jury was 2 people. And then there were 2 people, to be voted for. And so it was a split vote. And so it's like, okay, that would just mean that I would have lost in that case. But we had a whole audience, so we let them vote.
That was very fun.
And I won in a 4-3 vote, and it was so thrilling. There's a really cute video that Neil posted of the reading of the votes, and it was truly the highlight of my life. It's really hard to describe just how incredible it was, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I felt honored to play. I felt honored to win, to be your StitchCon Season 1 sole survivor. I can't believe it. Oh, it was amazing. And
What was your favorite part of StitchCon?
That was my favorite part of StitchCon. It was about StitchCon people.
Yeah.
And they were all stitching while watching.
That's true. That's when
Oh my god, it was just so much fun. It was so much fun. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. It was also really fun. Second favorite part of StitchCon was getting to take Vanessa and experience StitchCon with her.
Thank you.
And just like, it was really cool. Like you said, have you be able to see that part of my stitching world? Because you've only seen Abby TopKnot in business mode. And this is Abby TopKnot in party business mode.
Yeah, there was still some business going on.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You always gotta, you know, be working. A little bit.
Yeah.
But it was really fun, and just thank you so much to everyone who was involved in putting it on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to everyone who attended and came up to say hello. It's hard. It's so hard when there are 300 people there. Like, you can't really possibly talk to everyone or have like meaningful moments with everyone. I was trying, let me tell you, and I got through about 10 people. So if we did not have a chance to meet or interact, then I hope that you had a wonderful StitchCon. Anyway, I'm sure that you did. And if we did get to meet, it was so great to meet you. And it's great to take Vanessa. Yeah. And we'll maybe we'll catch you for next year's StitchCon recap. Do we have anything else that we really desperately need to talk about or share or say or something? I feel like we're leaving so many things out, but that's just inevitable. It was great.
Yeah, it was great.
We went to StitchCon. Well, then we can, a couple little highlights perhaps.
Yeah.
Something a little bit different this year, we stayed in an Airbnb.
Oh, yeah.
And it was about a 10-minute drive away, which had its disadvantages because that did feel kind of far sometimes, but it was so nice because we also had so much space and we had our own rooms, except we shared a room, but that's okay. But like, so different than cramming into a hotel room. We had a whole kitchen. We didn't really use it, but we had it. We had a whole dining room table that Vanessa filled with a puzzle.
You liked that. You liked sitting there.
I liked it in theory. I liked it a lot the last night. You all puzzled and I did my tamari and just watched you puzzle. It was fun to like have a non-hotel space to hang out in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really delightful. We also, on the way home we didn't leave till Monday. And so Arlene had to go to the airport early, but the rest of us had time to do a little activity Monday morning before we all traveled home. And so we ended up going to do an escape room and axe throwing.
Yeah.
A really unconventional stitching retreat activity.
It was good to move.
It was really good
to use our brains in a different way.
Yeah.
We
solved the mystery.
We did. It was escaped. Very stressful.
It was only 45 minutes.
In a hotel room, and we had to find our phone, wallet, keys, whatever else plane ticket before we had to get to the airport.
Yeah. Or we were going to lose the big promotion.
It's very stressful.
It was really stressful. But it was fun. And we did it, and we did a great job.
Yeah.
And then we threw some axes, and I was not that good at it, but it was still really fun. I got progressively worse at it as it went on.
I think we were getting tired and hot and hungry.
Yeah. But then we had the most delicious tacos.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Those were really good. I don't remember what that place was called, but that was the best taco.
We'll go back.
Okay. And that was fun. Anything else was fun? Just all of it was fun. I love StitchCon, and then I got to come here and hang out with you and a kitten for a few days, and now it's time to go back home. So probably I won't get this uploaded until I'm already back home, but it's been a great trip, a great visit.
Thanks for coming to visit with me.
You're welcome. Thank you for
taking me to StitchCon.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
And anything else that we need to say? I don't think so. Okay. Well, it's been great hanging out with you. Maybe I'll make another regular stitching video sometime soon. I also have a night garden video that will be going up soon or before this. I don't know, because I had the best time. It's always a beautiful annex shopping area that Barbara puts together with, I think she said there were like 50 some vendors of trunk shows.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was extraordinary.
It was a lot to look at.
And amongst them, there were like 7 or 8 night garden designs. And so I borrowed the models and did a little night garden video in the little studio that they had set up at StitchCon. So that video will go up at some point. And I can definitely feel, the rustiness of my floss tubing skills warming up. So maybe we'll come back to this in the near future, because I'll be so excited to stitch all the things. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Like, I show the kitten to say goodbye.
All right. Bye,
Look how cute and tiny she is.
She's so tiny.
I love her so much. Okay, bye.